What's up, Mixed Reaction fam?
Back at y'all with another video. I bet y'all probably thinking, where have y'all been?
Where have y'all been?
Guys, we have been working. We got some great things in store for you guys, so please stay tuned. It'll be well worth it. Just a couple business ventures that we are trying to maneuver through, and again with the YouTube channel, just taking it up a notch. You know, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. It's gonna be so great for y'all.
So please stay tuned for that. We checked the comments and we seen a comment recently saying like, can you guys do a video on how you met?
Aww.
And I said that would be perfect because it was around our anniversary time.
Yes.
Celebrating 5 years, by the way.
5 years. We made it.
We're gonna do that for you guys. You know, give you guys some insight of who Kai and Nick really is. So make sure you guys are already liked and subscribed to the channel. If not, go ahead and press the subscribe button, and also check out the link in the description below. You guys can find our main page, so you can go over there and get subscribed and locked in as well.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes. So from the beginning, it was very interesting. I do not really recall when we met exactly. I just remember my life not knowing her and then knowing her. We went to the same church and our families knew each other.
I remember him though.
Of course,
I've seen him. I've seen him because I've been to the church maybe a couple of times before I joined. So I was like fond of who you were. Like I didn't know him like to go up and, hey Nick, da 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 da. But I knew him.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly when we first met, but just I didn't know Kai and then I knew Kai. But that's how it all started. And you know, as we got older, because we knew each other for, I think we actually knew each other for like 6 or 7 years before we even started dating. Yeah. We were just young adults in our own lives, our own thing, dating other people. And then what happened? How did we get closer physically? And then
I don't know. Your dad was like, asked me to join he asked me to join a choir. He said he heard me sing, and so he was like, yo, you know, join the choir and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I went in, and I feel that that's how our acquaintance probably like became closer, because we sung in the same choir. Not just that, we sung in the same section. So it's like, oh, you kind of pushed together. So it's like, okay, this Nick.
Yeah. Literally, this is how we were. He was sitting on this side, I was sitting on this side, and we sat next to each other for. After you joined the choir, we sat next to each other for about 4 months. And I remember it was like July, I want to say. And you know how you wake up in the morning and you're thinking about somebody and just, you wake up and they're on your mind and you don't think nothing about it. So that kept happening, but it wasn't very frequent. It was just, you know, here and there. And I would wake up and, you know, Kyle was on my mind. And didn't think nothing about it. Just, hey, there she is. And so one day I remember I was over my cousin's house. I woke up and she was just on my mind. And I'm like, okay, what is it, God? Like I talk to God all the time. I'm like, what is it? And he's like, Kai. Like, Kai. And I'm like, okay. And the next day I went to church and literally she's sitting right here. And I like looked over and was just like, oh. And it was like, I knew she was always beautiful. But like before, she was always dating somebody, I was dating somebody. So like we just kind of passing ships, just, you know, church acquaintances. But when I looked at her that day, it was like looking at her for the first time. And I was like, oh, dang. Like, oh, okay. So that was September. And then for about a month, I started to really watch her, like watch her style, watch her mannerisms, like, okay. And, you know, after that, it was October. And I asked her out. I approached her at church and I said, hey, do you want to go hang out and get some dinner sometime?
Hold on now. He stepped to me, y'all, with his glasses on. So it was like you said, September, so it still was kind of sunny and warm.
It was sunny outside.
I'm like, hold on. First of all, take them glasses off. I want to see your face. I want to see you ask me out. But it was so left field because I was not expecting that. Like, I looked at him like a brother.
Womp womp.
I looked at him like a little brother. So it's like, maybe we can probably do bowling or something, you know. Didn't think it would turn into like marriage and stuff like that. So I'm just thinking like on friendship level, we can hang out, you know.
Friendship. I had plans
outside the church. But the crazy thing about it is, okay, like you said, we were dating somebody, you know, our ships were passing. And I think I was just getting out of a relationship. Mm-hmm. So I kind of stayed single for, you know, a couple of years, maybe 2 years at the most, maybe. And I began to pray like, okay, Lord, I'm ready for a husband. My next relationship will be marriage. Like, I'm not dating to just date no more. I'm dating with a purpose.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, my next relationship is marriage. I don't want to do the dating thing, you know. I don't want to be somebody's girlfriend for 10 years, you know. So that was my plan. So I'm praying, I'm seeking God, and just I wrote a note, guys. So it's funny to him. I wrote a note to God, and I described my future husband down to the T, like down to the T, and I placed it in my Bible, and I would pray over it, like every so often would just pray over it and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking for this type of guy. God say, ask and you shall receive. So I'm like, okay, why not ask for, you know, the type of guy that I want, you know? So I did, and I'm praying. I'm like, okay, Lord, now I'm getting kind of anxious now, like, where he at? Like, you know, come on now. And he told me, you might be ready, but what if he's not? I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess I, you know, continue to go to dinners and, you know, sit in by myself, sit at the little table and stuff, waiting for my man and stuff like that, my husband to come. So I did just that. And that's when, you know, fast forward to when he asked me out. It's like, okay, like I said, look at him like a little brother. Never thought nothing of it. So
it's a grown man right here.
It was getting deeper.
Yeah. I didn't know you had prayed that prayer, so you clearly prayed yours way before I prayed mine, because I asked you out in October. I think that April I had got out of a relationship and it went badly. And I remember I got over it and I literally said to God, I was praying in my room and I said, God, I'm willing to put myself out there again and get hurt again if necessary in order to find my wife. And so in that prayer, I was really letting go of the past. I mean, like, whatever happened. I'm looking forward to meet my wife. And as soon as I said that, it was like he would start working.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would see you at the altar praying for your wife and not knowing that it was me. Honestly, guys, I'm telling you, I would see him at the altar, like, really praying and stuff like that, and not knowing it was me.
Yeah. So, asked her out in October. Our first date happened to be not even planned. It was on Sweetie's Day. And that was, so we always celebrate Sweetie's Day now that, you know, we've been married for 5 years. So that's special to us. Yeah. We went to a nice little Mexican restaurant, sat there, had great conversation. And to fast forward a little bit, my dad always said, son, when a man knows, he knows. And for my guys out there who are married and in love, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I asked her out in October. By March of that next year, 2015, 5 months in, I knew she was my wife. It was just something different. Like, I can't let her go. Like, I can't mess this up. Like, she the one. Like, it was that quick. Obviously, we didn't get married right away. I didn't propose right away. But 5 months in, I knew, like, she's the one.
And I kind of felt the pressure of it, guys. So I'm like kind of tipping toe backwards, because it's like, I'm like, God, I pray for a man of God, but not the preacher man. And it's like, yo, I got the preacher man, like, this on a whole nother level. So it's like I was kind of like nervous, because it's like this territory that I never explored before. So it's like I don't really know what I'm stepping into, and by me not knowing, I don't want to go in and mess it up. You know, I was kind of scared, kind of nervous and stuff. So I was kind of feeling them, but was it? Because it's like, I don't want to let him go, because deep in my heart, I know he's the right one, but just fear, you know.
The new is different. Sometimes it's scary. But knowing that she was the one in 2015 of March, I took really a whole year to really show her, like, I'm different. I'm not going anywhere. I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I did it. I was very consistent in terms of dates, being there, just kind of being myself, and just being structured and kind of open, you know, stuff like that. And we took a whole year. And so March of 2016, that's when I proposed.
You proposed, guys. But backtrack a little bit. one thing that I loved about him is because he was the same way in church as he was outside of church. No hypocritical, nothing. Like, what you saw is what you got, and I love that. Like, I really love that. But also, I was so set in my ways mentally, like, Lord, if he's the one, like, I know he's the one, but if he's really the one, you gonna have to send somebody that I don't know to confirm this thing, because I'm not taking a step if you're not telling me to do so, if I don't have your blessings to do so. So, y'all, I'm telling y'all, he sent somebody. He was an apostle.
Yeah, apostle.
God bless. What's his name?
Apostle Hamilton.
Apostle Hamilton. And his wife came to the church. Never met him before. And he was sitting on the pulpit. We were sitting behind him in the choir stands. And he turned to me. He said, "Who is this to you?" I said, "Nick." He said, "No." "Who is this to you?" I said, "Nick." He said, "No, this is your husband. You just don't know it yet." And he told Nick, "You're going to have to convince her." And the whole church congregation went crazy. Like, oh my God. Like, just so happy. Anyway. Yes, they wanted to see us married anyway. It was like, oh my God. And
they just want to go to a wedding.
That too. And when God did that for me, I'm like, I can't even deny it no more.
Yeah. She couldn't get rid of me. If you guys remember the Looney Tunes character, I want to say Pepe Le Pew, that skunk chasing after that cat, that was me, like making sure like I'm not leaving you, like
he was, guys. Like, I'm like,
yes,
no.
You're not going anywhere. So I just had to do some convincing, you know.
And he did, and it was well worth it. Like, yes, this is the one. But he said he proposed, right? So,
oh yeah,
tell him.
We went to dinner on a weekday. We love doing weekday dates because it kind of breaks up the week. It makes you feel like you're not just working all the time. I went and got the ring, I think, on a Monday. We went out on a Tuesday. And so I was like, I want to throw her off. So I told her I had a gift for her, which I actually did. So I basically took every picture and selfie that we had taken in the time we had dated, printed them out, and put them in a nice little photo album. So we got back to her place. I dropped her off, and dropped her off and went back to the car and said, I forgot something. Went back and got the photo album, but also got the ring. And so handed her the photo album, and she's looking through. It's like, oh, you know, babe, this is so cute, whatever. And so she's looking in one direction, and then she turns around, and then she sees me on one knee with the ring open, and she just looks at me, and she laughs. She looks at me and laughs. In reality, the laugh was probably only like 3 seconds, but it seemed like a whole minute. I'm like, why are you laughing? Like, go ahead and say yes. Because we had already talked about getting married, so like, she knew it was coming. She just didn't know when.
That's what made me laugh, guys.
Like, it was just like, I think the surprise of just...
Because me and my best friend was actually talking about it, and he said, he gonna marry you soon, watch. He was like, watch, he gonna marry you soon. So all that just came back to me like, he was right. I knew it, but I just, it was just right there. You just couldn't figure it out when. But yeah. I laughed for probably. He said it was about 3 seconds. I thought it was about like 20 seconds, just laughing uncontrollably. So he looking like,
girl, take this ring.
So of course I said yes.
Spent a couple bands on this.
Called my mama, called my sisters, everybody. Put on Facebook, they all going crazy, like, oh my God. So everybody was so geeked up and stuff, so, yeah.
And then here comes the engagement period. We were engaged for a little bit over a year. We got engaged 2016 in March. We got married 2017 in May. So we really took some time just to, continue to get closer. Obviously take some time to plan the wedding, save for the wedding, do things like that, just blend our lives together. And that was even more enjoyable for us. Of course, there's stress that goes along with it from outside factors, but that just even brought us closer. We just prayed and just focused on one another and God.
It was amazing. That day was just like, oh my God, everything was just going so fast. We didn't even get to eat, y'all. That food was banging.
The food was so good. Literally, everybody was eating, and they said, everybody eat, and then you come up and greet the bride and groom later. We were like this, trying to put food in our mouths and like, oh, shake your hand.
Cheese.
I think I probably got 3 scoops of food, and the food was so good.
Man, I'm like, y'all make me a plate.
If you're engaged right now and about to get married, Enjoy your reception because you know it goes by so fast. The wedding ceremony goes by fast. Everything goes by so fast. But it was great though.
It was amazing. And then the next day, guys, we were off to Jamaica.
Off to the island.
Our second home. Those are I love the island of Jamaica. Like, it is amazing. The people are just, they're my cousins. I tell people all the time, I'm kind of Jamaican. Like, my mom and dad not Jamaican, but I'm Jamaican somehow. Like, I just love the culture. I love the people.
It was absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, two friends of ours who own a travel agency hooked us up, and they took care of us, and we so enjoyed it.
We had so much fun,
beautiful.
guys. We have to go back soon.
We got to get back home.
Yes, but that was our journey to getting to 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
It has not been always easy, but we're here.
God held us together.
He did.
If you are getting married or already married, remember, husband, wife, and God. Marriage is God's idea, so He knows how it's supposed to go, and He'll keep you together.
He will. He will.
If you really want it, you can stay together.
You will. Anywho, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video because we love going down memory lane, as you see, to get to this point. So hopefully you guys were inspired. You know. If you like the video, give us a big fat like, thumbs up, leave comments, flood the comment section. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.